free. Limousine, even when I want to scream, I scream when I need the headboard, headboard, the headboard. Live body down. It's about to go down. We'll be banging it all night, night. Banging the headboard. I'll touch you right there, baby. Let's talk about it. We'll be bringing that headboard out. Let's talk about it. Tell me about it. I wanna hear about it. Yeah. Can't wait to hear headboard.
Welcome to Headboard Conversations. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Want to thank y'all for logging on to blowradio.com. I'm excited to have you guys here. Excited to have you join me for this delicious conversations. You are officially logged on to blowradio.com. This is Headboard Conversations, and I am your host, Madam Trice. I'm excited that you guys could take the time out of your day to join us for this evening's show. Now, you know that I'm gonna move my mic a little bit. We've been having some technical difficulties, and I'm hoping that we've got majority of that locked up. So just bear with us as we are getting into new systems and new engineering lays out. So fingers crossed, guys. I want to remind you that this is an adult show. We're going to have adult conversation and talk about adult kinds of things. If you have any discomforts with exploring sexuality, discussing sexy type things and sex-ish type stuff, then I'm going to tell you that this is probably not the place for you to be. If you are uncomfortable with words like, I don't know, fuck, or pussy, or dick, or lick, or cum, or sticky, or vagina, or penis, this is probably not the place for you to be tonight. If by chance you are looking for an opportunity to have conversation about a little something here and there, or trying to figure out how to be open or find a place of comfortability for kindred spirits that are okay with you talking about some of the things that you like, and how to be mindful of one another in your intimacies, this is where you should be. Now, we do have a couple of ground rules. I want to make sure that we go over those things and cross some T's and dot some I's before we move forward. I want to remind you that this is a safe place. That means all voices are welcome as long as they are expressed in respect, because that's what we got to do. We have to respect one another at all times. I want to remind you that all voices are welcome as long as we are mindful to stay engaging in honor of that first rule. Also, because I have my own kinks and blockages and rules. No old people's animals or kids, okay, guys? Because that's just not how I get down. And I'm a firm believer in consent. And at some stage in existence, those three categories are not always able to do so. So we just exclude them completely. No old people, no animal, and children. When I say old, I mean like old. We're older. We're adult. I see you, mama. How you doing? Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Adult intimacy things type that we're here for that, but we want to be mindful to stay respectful. And then, of course, what's most important? Okay, y'all ready for this? Before you get in the bed, make sure you got your cocktail. Make sure you got your drink, what you want to call it, your something to sip to keep you smooth, whether it's cocoa or something a little stronger, kind of like what's in my glass. If you smoke, Get your little puff together because I want you to be comfortable and I want you to feel um, good about yourself. And I want you to be willing to go here with us. And that may not always be the easiest thing. So I want you to get yourself in a space where that's all right. Okay. And then I also want you to remember that before you get in the bed, you got to take your pants off. I love that line. Shout out to O'Theron. Shout out to Lord Rudy for that dope ass mix. If you heard the show before we dropped on, then you caught all of that. Shout out to everybody that is logging on. If you are chimed in, I welcome you to the show. Welcome, 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 everybody. Make sure that you say hello because I can see that you guys are there. It's just, I can't speak if you don't say hi because I can't see your names. Shout out to my homegirl TRS for joining the conversation. Miss Ship is in the building. Lorena Starra Marie. I love that y'all be here like soldiers. Hey y'all. Thank you for the love and the support. Appreciate it. Tonight's guest though, dig. We talking about turning some heat up in the kitchen. If your belly is aching, she got what's gonna be right to get you right. And I'm almost sure after seeing them dimples, that smile, and a little swing in them hips that she got what it need to do the thing and the thing. Flyness in the mind, flyness in her spirit, her energy is beautiful, as well as she just like skilled beyond words in the kitchen. And the fact that she's willing to come and discuss some of these beautiful things, these private things with us. I'm honored to have her here. Shout out to Jane Schroeder. Hey Jane, how you doing? Krisha, how you doing? Yep, it's me. I love that. I have to say it every time. Yep, it's me. Hello, Mo. How you doing? How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to share the video. Share the video, share the video. Shout out to all the blowradio.com listeners. We appreciate you and love support. Thank you and Happy New Year for those of you who missed the first show. Welcome, 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 guys. And I'm ready to get this started. So let me see if my guest is ready. If you could just go on and give me a nod, sis, if you're ready to get to it. Excellent. There we go. That's what I'm waiting for. She like, yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to help me welcome my guest for the evening, Chef Tasha. So you're going to add her to the stream. Unmute your mic, mama.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, sugar. How are you?
Great, and you?
I'm doing great, great, great. I'm so happy to have you. So happy to have you
Thank
join
you.
me. Yes.
I'm so excited. I am so excited. Thank you for having me.
Indeed. So before we get into all the sticky icky, we got to tell the world about all your magic in the kitchen. Okay. So let's talk about your business a little bit. Let's talk about some of your specialties and what we know where they can find you and things like that. So let's start talking about that. Like, when did you start cooking? Like how long have you been cooking?
Oh my goodness. I officially can say it started when I was in the first grade. That's when I was really in the kitchen behind grandma every step of the way. Every step of
No.
the way. Grandma, what's this? What's that? Oh, let me do that. Let me put it in the oven. Let me go check it. And then the day I realized, like, oh, this is what I'm here to do. This is what I'm here to do. That was about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago. I was like, it just hit me. I was driving the bus. I was driving the school bus at the time. And just something came to me and it was like a snowball effect. After that, and once I really started paying attention to being aware of me being in the kitchen and how I feel, it was on and popping from there. And then 2.5 years ago came about Tasteful Passion. And it just went
Mm.
so well because it was something I enjoyed and loved doing. And the feeling I got doing it, it was like, and I knew everybody loved my food already, family, friends. So it was just on from there.
Well, I'm so glad you decided to share it with the rest of us because, baby, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's
So
like I can't
tasteful
stop
passion.
now. I can't stop.
Please don't stop. We will be so lost without it. I'm not gonna even front on it because baby, listen, I came pick up some egg rolls and I couldn't get my face together. You hear me? I was like, why do I want to eat a peach cobbler in a wrap? Why is it apple cobbler in my hand? And it was just so good. You know what I'm saying? Just so good. And then I've had quite a few other of your dishes. I have been missing every time I kick myself every time. That damn salmon, every time it come across, all the ways that you've made the last time you did this spinach wrap, and then the time before that, I was like, how come she is? How do I need to set an alarm or some shit?
Listen,
Because I
it's
miss
a
it
better
every
system
time.
is coming in place for that. A better system is coming in place. So won't nobody miss the menu. Nobody.
Okay, okay. So, how did you come up with the name Tasteful Passion, Tasha?
um, well, I must say that I knew that once I had thought that it was my passion, I knew got that thought in mind and it just started to flow. I'm like, I how I felt. I'm like, this is passion, like this feeling of feeling like you can't not do it. And then you would enjoy doing it for free. You would enjoy doing it whenever. It was just like, yeah, this is passion. And then the tasteful part came from actually the tasteful part uh, yeah, it could have came from one or two ways. It could have came from me saying I was like how everybody was talking about how it was so tasteful. They was tasting my different food. They was like, oh, it tastes so good. So it came from that, and then a little bit came from my husband. So it was like half and half. It came from me, half from him, and we put it together, and there you have it.
There you have it. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm just excited to be able to share your business and some of and your brand with my listeners. Tell me a little bit about what is your favorite thing to prepare?
Oh, my favorite thing to prepare.
Hmm.
It changes so much. It changes a lot because for a while I was enjoying different seafood dishes. Like I strictly was on like my creativity was on 1000, but it was just for different seafood dishes. Like I would instantly get a thought and it'd be like 3 a.m. and I have to get up and cook it. Whatever it is that came to mind, I had to get up. And I kept seeing the repetition in it. It kept being different seafood dishes. I'm like, why do I keep getting these thoughts at 2, 3 in the morning and it's seafood dishes? So for a minute it was seafood, different seafood dishes. But right now I can say it's leaning more towards veganism and trying different dishes with different vegetables and fruits. That's really been my go-to lately, and because it's for one, it's a challenge for me because that's not where I started off cooking
Okay.
a lot of pork and a lot of beef, and um so it was definitely a challenge, especially since you wanted to have that flavor, you wanted to just be good all the way around and still bring that comfort to it. So that's what I try to do: healthy, then bring that comfort to it. So vegan
Okay.
right now, vegan food is definitely what's my favorite right now.
So, are you vegan? Do you eat vegan, or like do you
Well,
eat
i'm
regular food?
i'm a
Like,
pescatarian. I still eat fish.
okay,
Yeah, I still eat fish. I eat catfish, salmon. I eat a few different types of fish, sushi. So yeah, I'm pescatarian, but I it's been about a year now. Um, I've been a pescatarian, but before I was eating turkey. But I never not really
okay.
ate beef or pork. So yeah,
But you just cooked it a lot.
yeah, I cooked it a
Okay.
lot.
So,
Yeah.
do you are you I know that like everything is happening so fast, like you growing like very quickly. And we
Oh
talked
my
about
goodness.
how you just celebrated. Was it a year that you said that you officially like are full time? Like this is what I do. Is
Yes.
that was it's a year now,
Um
right?
that well, for one, I have a 1-year-old son. And when I found out I was pregnant with him, um, I really started to think about my future. And
Okay.
when I went on maternity leave, December of last year, year before last, now it's 2021, but 2019, December 2019, I was like, as I was going through my maternity leave, I'm like, I'm not going back. It was just I'm like, I'm not going back. I want to be with my baby. I want to have the freedom to be with him. I want to cook. And yeah, it's not going to work. So I never returned back. And I took it
And
full
how,
force.
how did how supportive was your spouse in that?
I I think that's he was very supportive because he was one of those people that was like, do what it is that makes you happy. If you feel that's the right thing for you to do, I'm behind you 100%. So that felt awesome, especially at such
Does
a vulnerable time.
that's what I was about to ask. Like, do you think that like that fuels you? Like, does that help to generate like a push, like a lot of, let me try to be clear. What I'm saying is, well, guess what I'm asking is, do you think that having his support helps to keep you motivated or is inspiring as you move forward?
Yes, very, because to be honest, where I'm at now, physically, mentally, emotionally, the growth of me as a woman, I thank him and owe a lot to him for helping me with this growth because he was a major part in it. So yes, he was a major part of this growth, and um, I'm very thankful for him and his support during the time of me even making that transition to be like, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur, and knowing that it's not gonna always be coins coming in all the time. There's gonna be dry days, there's gonna be dry weeks. But he kept the faith in me, knowing that I was doing what I enjoyed and loved doing it, and he stayed behind me. And even in times I doubted myself, he was right there, like, nope, pick your head up, let's go. You said you wanted to do this, let's go. Ain't no plan, ain't no. I could be doing a flyer for the week. I could be doing something, and he'd be like, "No, you could do. You do better than that." He'd be checking me, and I must say I appreciate it, which that just was
Nice.
reminding me I need to thank him tonight.
So that
I I
and
I
that
got
is
I got
that.
I got to I
How
don't
did
think
you
I
know
do
that's
enough
where I was
thanking.
going? How did you listen? So in moments like that, I promise you, you walked right on in with me. Come on now, yes. So I wanted to ask you, like, so does that make it easier to be intimate and to express your intimacy? And I mean, not that it would be a problem, but that type of support and that type of energy exchange, like, does it make it easier to want to like give him his life a little bit?
Yeah, I that shit really, that's everything. The whole him and being who he is and being motivated and supporting at all times. Even when I experienced postpartum depression after having my son, and he was there the whole time, making me feel like the goddess I am. And it just, yes, that's foreplay for almost a year after having him. It been foreplay the whole time, that him loving on me during labor, the him at my hand and foot afterwards, just everything. So the love I have for him was constantly foreplay, and it was like once them 6 weeks was up, baby, honey.
Nice, nice. So so the title of today's show is turning the heat up in the kitchen. And I said that because no, I know that you are a new mom. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? with the baby. You know what I'm saying? They say he's one, but baby, listen. You know what I'm saying? How are you guys managing to stay intimate, stay connected? I understand. I'm not from a perspective of not being a parent, so I'm asking from your perspective. How do you do that? You got a newborn baby. You know what I'm saying? On deck, you got all this good. You know what I'm saying? He been loving on me, getting me together energy. Like, how are y'all? You know,
Well,
doing it.
before we had them, so I could say yes, a lot has changed. A lot has changed. Before it was whenever, however, anywhere, everywhere, and now it's like, is he asleep? Did you put him down yet? Is he in the bed asleep? He sleep for the night, right? We good to go? Oh, okay. But
Nah.
I must say we do, which I feel it is very important for every couple, to take that time. I must say, take the time, um, to just, you gotta bring in that love and just take a second and be like, this is what I want. This is what you're grateful for in this person. All these different things, and just take it in for a second, breathe it all in, and let it out. Cause it's an amazing feeling to love on somebody, and that love and support that we was talking about, that motivation, all those things that leads up, and it makes you want to even love on that person so much more. Like, so we take the time. You just got to make it work. Listen, sleep when you sleep, nap time. You got to get it
Nice, nice, nice.
in.
So, with the flexibility in your schedule, does that help?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. That's another thing. When we was working a 9 to 5, it was just so tiring. It was just like, do I really want to? Especially working long hours. It wasn't the same. Now I feel like it's a little bit more.
Okay, okay. A little bit more.
Yes.
You don't say. Okay. Okay. Is that a release, a space of release for you? Is it just an encouragement type thing? Is this that you guys are looking um to like connect in that space or whatever? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you? Is your intimacy an opportunity to decompress, or is it just a motivating type, an encouraging, an opportunity to love with one another?
I feel like, see, it depends on the time and day. It depends, cause I done had times where I wanted it just to decompress, and then I done had times where it was, I wanted to thank him. I wanted to show him how I felt. Um, so I could say it depends on the time and day.
So when you want to, let's say, thank him, do you like do extra things? See, this is my air quotes.
Well, when I want to thank him, yeah, because he enjoys certain things. So the things that he enjoyed that I don't really care for, I do it. So that's that. I do it when I want to really show my appreciation, my gratitude for him. I would do the things that he enjoys.
Okay. So how do you, as a, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was my next question was, are there things that he enjoys that you are not necessarily always on deck with? And how do you, saying, how do you say, you know what, babe, I don't really like that, but I'm okay with this? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do y'all communicate those differences?
Well, now with that, there is nothing. When I mean nothing, that neither one of us want to do. Is so whatever he want to do, I want to do. Whatever he want to do, I want to. So the thing is, if he want, we both enjoy doing it. It's just, do I feel like doing it today? That's the
You
thing.
don't say. Look at that. So she's like, I
Yeah,
like, I like all that. I like all
yeah.
that.
We like all that. So
So are you highly sexually competitive? I'm not. I mean, what's the word? Compatible is the word I'm looking for. Not competitive.
Wait, say it again
Compatible. Are
for
you
me. Say it.
highly? Are you two highly sexually compatible?
Yes. Yes. Very.
Did you find that out before or after you got married?
Before. No, I
Okay.
would say, yeah, it was right before. Yeah, it was right before.
And he was like, "Oh, okay, it's a score like that, or like that.
No,
I hope
it
it's everything I want it to be."
no. To be honest, I don't think I put that much thought into it. I don't think
Mm,
I didn't put that much thought into
nice. I mean, because some people like really not to say a lot, but some people really weigh in like, okay, I'm gonna be with this person for the rest of my life. Am I
it.
going to
Right.
be able to be pleasing to them, and will they be pleasing to me for the duration? What does that look like? And
Right.
you was like, well, I really have to think about that very much because it just was that means you guys have like a natural chemistry. That's fire. Like people look for that. Like people actually look for that. So how do you come across um to be able to experience that type of naturalness? Like have you known each other for some time? Did you grow into that or
Um, I grew into it.
okay.
Yeah, I would say I grew into it. But it yeah, you more than like, yeah, grew into it.
Okay. Okay. Have you guys been together for long?
7.5 years.
I'm gonna say yeah then.
Yeah. So,
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say yeah then. And Crystal Ship said that balances everything. Everything.
yes, it
Shout out
is.
to Montaigne for joining the conversation. Appreciate you, Mr. Freeman, for being in the building. Appreciate you. So a Facebook user, I'm not sure who it is, said, "Hey, chef." So we want to make sure that we
Mhm.
acknowledge the Facebook user. Hey, Facebook user.
Hello, hello.
So, do you guys ever incorporate like food into your intimate experiences? Look at that face. You leaned in like we eat. Do
uh
you add, yeah, like is it
no,
a part of sex?
syrup made it into the bedroom once. Twice.
Syrup?
Yeah, syrup made it into the
Like
bedroom
maple
twice.
syrup? As in maple?
No, it was strawberry syrup.
Okay. I just listen. I had
Listen,
to
it
be
was straw.
I wanted to know if you got if you done pulled out the maple, listen, that's a whole nother something else. Everybody got their own taste buds. I ain't tripping. Was that a maple syrup? He's like, no, sir. Okay, okay, okay. Let me digest it. My bad. Mm-mm. Mo said, am I selfish if other things is for me? What do you mean, Mo? Explain to me what you mean by that, mama. Okay. And then you already know the line is open if you want to call. I encourage you to always call and ask questions to engage our guests. Some of y'all be a little nervous about doing that, but I invite you to do so. The number is 414-885-4739. That's area code 414-885-4739. We are talking to Chef Tasha, and you are logged on to blowradio.com listening to Headboard Conversations with your host, Madam Trice. So yeah, Chef Tasha. I love saying that. I just want you to know that. I'd be like, I was like Chef Tasha. So yes, Chef. I swear I love saying it. Do you love hearing it?
Yes, yes.
Nice. Nice. Did you always dream like I'm gonna be a chef?
No, it literally hit me, like I said, 4.5 years ago. It, I, to be honest, growing up, I wanted to. I remember saying I wanted to be a lawyer, and somewhere in middle school, I kind of let that go, and
Okay.
then after that, it was just me just working. At the time, I was like, I want money now, and I
Caller, one.
thought the job was the route. I was getting paid. I'm like, I gotta pay bills. So it really wasn't it didn't hit me until 4.5 years ago where I really, and then it hit me in the sense of I always had it in me. So once it finally hit me, it was like, this is what you always had in you. You just never saw it as such.
You really?
Hmm.
Hmm. Let me see if the caller is still there because they called. I want to make sure that I didn't totally miss her. I did see that you called, caller. You didn't. It wasn't the voicemail. That was me, Mama. It just sounded like the voicemail. Please call back, Mo. Mo was like, I tried to call and I got the voicemail. No, it was me. I said it was me. It just sounded like the voicemail. So like in exchanges of intimacy, are you the aggressor or are you like, you like throw a little flag, be like, hey, or do you be like, hey,
um,
psst, psst,
I throw the
bae,
flag. I
that,
throw the
let me,
flag. I throw it out there when I'm ready for it. It's not all the time, but I throw it out there for him to be the aggressor. I don't like to be the aggressor.
really, why not?
I I never was into it. I,
Carter, we'll be
I don't
right with you. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
You said you not what, chef?
I don't know why. I just never got into wanting to be in control.
Oh,
Like the
okay. Well,
actual aggressor. Like being the aggressor and being in control in that way. But being in control as far as riding and on top, that's a different story.
oh, you said that like that was your shit. Like so I'm gonna let you go on and
Yeah.
have that. She's like, just to be clear, like, but when it comes to being, I'm gonna need to be on top though. That you okay? We not mad at that at all, at all. Don't my next question is why are you on top? Have you ever slapped him a little bit? You know,
No, I haven't. No.
maybe, have you ever been slapped?
Oh, yes.
Have you ever been choked?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I do.
You said yes. Like
Yes.
don't everybody
Yes.
know.
You're right.
And
Don't everybody?
so we have a caller on the air, and I'm gonna speak to the caller on the air. One, thank you for logging on to blowradio.com, listening to Headboard Conversations with Madam Trice and Chef Tasha. Caller, you are on the air. Can I help you?
Hi, the trees.
Hi, Chef. Can you hear our caller?
Yes, I can hear her.
Excellent. Just want to make sure everything is running all great. Hey, Mama, how you
Okay.
doing?
I'm bothered now. I'm on here holding on to talk about the other things with your air quotes, and y'all talking about choking.
No, that's okay. We'll get
I
to
was
the choking part.
distracted.
That's okay. Let's talk about the air quotes. What other things? Let's talk about that.
Well, we know what we were talking about. And when she said that, it's times that she want to show him her love and appreciation and all that,
Hmm.
it dawned on me I've never, ever, ever done it for that reason. It was always for my own my own satisfaction.
Oh, well,
It don't even be about him.
well, what are these other things that we're doing,
So,
ma'am?
well, that's my first time even watching the show,
Notice that I
right?
just called you
I'm
Mo,
sorry.
and I ain't say nothing else either, sis.
I
Mm,
like you. I like you.
Look, you see, look, I'm
Well, if it
leaning
makes you
in for
feel
the listen.
if it makes you feel any better, I'm supposed to be doing some training, but I'm more interested in that.
Well,
But at
Emma,
any rate,
come through.
seriously though, when it comes to oral, that is all for me. I've never. It just dawned on me when she said it. I've never, ever, ever done it for that reason. So does that make me selfish? He definitely enjoys it. That's why I enjoy it so much. But it's really not about him for me.
You don't say. See,
I'm so
I love
serious.
when I'm talking to kindred spirits, and I don't feel like I be out here bad. Just be like, yeah,
Mm-mm.
I would love to do that, and I don't just do
Yeah,
anybody. Side, I'm going to go and do it. I want to be able. I want to
exactly.
love it. I want to love it, Chef. So the question is on the table. She asked, is it okay that when she's doing other things, and that is it that is it okay that she's doing it for herself and not for him? Because
Well, does it make me selfish? I
doesn't
know
make
it's
her
okay.
selfish.
Look, she said,
Does-
does it make? Well, first of all, no, it doesn't. I feel like it doesn't because only if he's not getting pleasure out of it. But I'm pretty sure he's getting pleasure out of it. I feel like that's the only way it could be selfish is if he like, no, I don't want to do this. No, this ain't what I like. I don't care for this or whatever. But if not, then no, it's not selfish. And also, like you said, you doing it for your own reasons. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's every now and again too for me. So yeah, for your own reasons, it's perfectly
So
fine to me.
let me ask the both of you, let me ask both of you since I have you here. How do you engage your partner if it's your like you want to do it for you? You get what I'm saying? And it may be like how do you initiate that? Do you like excuse me, sir. I would like
Mm,
to offer
mm.
you pleasure at this moment. That's just me saying what I'm saying.
What?
So
How do you
I'm gonna say
initiate
this.
that? We're gonna have the caller answer and then we're gonna have you answer, Chef. Go ahead.
I'm happily single, but
Okay.
dating, and the quickest way for it to not happen is to ask me for it or to put it in my face like that's what you want. Um, unless we just in this space already. But I recently had an interaction, and it was something I wanted to do because I don't just do it with anybody. There has to be somebody that I'm, know really well, been with for a long time, or dealing with for a long time, or knowing for a long time. A little deeper than that, but at any rate, this was one of those people, and I already wanted to, and he kind of like put it in my face when I was on something else. It didn't happen, and it ain't gonna happen. Normally, it's just in the flow of things. If I'm in a relationship, you might get attacked every time you walk in the door.
Did you say attacked, ma'am? I just want to make sure I'm using the right language.
Yeah, but not in a bad way.
I'm being mad.
Not
You
in a
already
bad
know it's
way.
me. It's me. So, Chef, what about you?
I would say, me personally, it is a few ways. I'll just name a few. Um, Look, I said a few ways. I'll just name a few. um, Getting on my knees just randomly. So just anywhere, wherever he at, and he come in the room. Can you hear me?
I'm just getting my notepad. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just getting my
Oh,
notepad. Come on, girl. You said just randomly get on my knees. Come
yeah,
on.
I just randomly. Yeah, okay. I just randomly get on my knees, and then he'd be like, he know. Or I walk up to him and I'd be like, come here. And he'd be like, what? I'm like, come here. He know a lot of times when I'm saying come here, it's either one or two things when I do it like that. So yeah, I randomly get on my knees, or like I said, I'd be like, come here. I walk up on him and touch him, caress him on his back, and I'd be like, come here. And I do the little head nod to where the room at. Come
Yes. Yeah. Hey. Hey. I love that. I'm the random knee thing. I'm trying it. I'm jacking. I'm seriously. I've never just we be hanging out or doing whatever. Just got on my knees. I'm still in that. I promise. I'm still in
Mm,
that. Yes.
Yes.
What y'all? That must be Mo's.
I'm turning it down because
Let's
I can't hear her through the phone, but I can when I'm listening on
okay. So
the
you
other
can't
thing.
hear
But
her that way,
I'm
but
good.
you can hear her on the comeback. Okay, great.
Hmm.
Okay, great. So let me ask you, but you can hear me, right?
I can hear you very well.
Okay, excellent. So, Mo, how do you tell your partner that, and you take this into consideration as well, Chef, that something is happening that you aren't comfortable with? Not that it's
Wow.
hurting you or putting you in harm's way, but something you can say, something that you like, I ain't really feeling that. Let's not do that. How do you tell your partner that?
It's so funny that you asking me this, or even that I'm a part of this, because this just happened. Like the conversation we had,
Mm-hmm.
that's how recent. This is how recent it is.
Okay.
But it didn't happen there. It was here. So now you're gonna make me tell all my business.
At least I just
It was
called you
two
Mo.
and a half. Well, I'm talking about it was 2.5 years that I've been celibate, and I was ready. And so when I came back from my trip, I made it known I'm ready. And literally that day, I hated the entire thing. The entire thing. Everything that you could do wrong is what was done. And this is somebody that I used to date years and years ago. I didn't like none of it. Not any of it. I didn't like the way he gave oral. I didn't like the way he moved. And I won't even say I didn't like. What I'll say is this: not a small package at all. And so it was more like it was no motion in the ocean. It didn't. I mean, it fit, but there was no. He didn't move right, and the oral was horrible. And so it
Was
took me
horrible,
about.
but like horrible.
I hope you don't listen to your show. It was teenagerish.
I hope he do listen. Shame on you, sir, for teenagerish head.
It was teenagerish. Like for real, for real. It immediately turned me off. Whatever amount
That
of
mean he was doing it.
riled up that I was, he was.
When you see the video, you when you see the audio, you just see what
Oh,
I just
okay.
did. He was doing it.
So
That's so
it wasn't even
awful.
that. It wasn't even that. It was like fucking boat motor fan. The fan on the boat.
The devil is a liar.
While holding it open with 2 fingers. Like, dude.
like this. I know you're gonna see the video in like 2 seconds. You see the video. Let me find out he was holding it, or was he doing like this? That's so sad.
Yeah, not 4 fingers. Just okay. Yeah. No, kind of like you peep through some curtains, like bend your pointer and pull them out. No. Anyway,
he was doing this.
I can't stand you. I'm trying to look at the video.
You look at the video. You look at the video. You can see me doing it there.
It's a little bit slower.
I know it's a little slow. So when you see it, you're gonna be so
sad. Fingers right there. Oh. So anyway, when he did that, no, don't do that. I was like instantly turned off, but I was still ready. I still wanted what I wanted. 2.5 years. So that didn't happen. Yeah, just stop that, and we can move on. And that was horrid as well. And some people like spit.
I'm real mad that you have to use the words like horrid and horrible, horrific, and childish, teenagers. I'm devastated at these words. How did you communicate though? How did you communicate?
I was just gonna say.
How did you tell him these things? Please tell me you told him.
I didn't go back over there.
She said I didn't go back over there.
I didn't. I was going over there often with nothing happening because I wasn't ready. But when it happened, I've been back over there.
She said it happened, but she didn't go back over there. Who's devastated?
I went once, but nothing happened. So anyway, when it came to the conversation, he asked me was something wrong, and I told him, let me back up. Later on that night, you go back again for round two and three and so on and so forth. Number one, I was not satisfied, and I'm figuring out, should I like go home right now or do I need to have this conversation? And here you come in for some more. There's several things you can do when it's enjoyable to both of us. Several things you cannot do when it's only enjoyable to you. We need to have a conversation, like immediately. At any rate, conversation happened a couple of days later, and he asked me was something wrong, and I told him, yeah, I'm really not happy with the way things went the other day. But more importantly, we need to have a conversation about what we like and don't like, and all these other things. Um, he was like, "Yeah, I didn't like that. You felt like you needed to have control, telling me what not to do." Do um, okay. I understand you didn't like that. However, if I don't like it, if it doesn't feel good, if it feels invasive to me, or even slightly painful, I'm gonna say something. But at the end of the day, we need to have a conversation so that it can be enjoyable for the both of us. He was game for the conversation. I said I did not like the way that you were giving oral. It felt harsh to me. It wasn't smooth. You wasn't sucking like I was sucking. Like it was something that you wanted. And you wanted it to feel good. It felt like you were trying to rev me up and get me ready. Oh, he said. Yeah. Moving on. I don't like spit. When you did that like 4 times. Oh. It was awkward for me because I used to be all the way in control.
Excuse me, ma'am.
So
you telling me he spit on you?
no, you know how they spit on their hands, like make it more moist. But if you've done what you needed to do in the beginning, you wouldn't have
I
needed
hang
that.
up on you right now for motherfucker saying that he spit on his hand.
Hmm. Not like
Bitch,
the
shit
girl.
on
If he'd have
you.
did that, if he'd have did that, you'd have read about it in the paper. He didn't do that. He didn't hark his back. No.
What's up,
Yeah.
sir? Okay. Are you willing to
Yeah.
give
Like
him
I
another
said,
opportunity now that he knows?
no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No.
So
Because this person has only had to think about themselves for many years. And the flip to the mindset of pleasuring somebody else as opposed to getting, you know what I'm saying, what you want and or need. A lot of men with very huge penises think they be tearing it up. That just because it's huge don't mean you making any noise in the bedroom. So
and that's
with that
what
being said,
and as one of my dear friends say, and that's one to grow on right there.
mm-mm,
That is one
mm-mm,
to grow on.
no. So it's not even so much that it's too big, but it's too big along with the size of your ego. They
Oh.
one or both of them have to shrink in size, and the penis ain't gonna shrink in size. And that ego thing, I think it's have to take some more. I don't know. It's not my business what he got to do. It just don't work for me.
It's not your business
And
at this
that
point because it's done and done. That's hilarious.
yeah,
She like it's not my
yeah.
business. I don't know what he gonna do. It ain't for me.
Nah,
Honest, I don't know. I
really
don't do.
was willing. I really was willing to do like adults should do. When you're in a situation and you and another person care for each other, you like each other romantically, all that other good stuff, and you got a problem with sex or any other thing, I really was ready to grow through that for myself too, and have those hard conversations and work to get it right. Because I done trained some folks, but they didn't know they was being trained. This was different, and so I didn't. For one, the willingness I don't think was really there because he didn't really feel like he did nothing wrong. And two, his penis ain't gonna shrink. And until you know how to work with something like that to where it's pleasurable for the woman as well, I don't got time for that. I no.
So what we gonna do, Mo, is we gonna schedule some time for you to actually come and be a guest on the show because I got questions, lots and lots and lots of questions. And I hope that his name was not Tyrone. That is a whole nother story.
No,
Because
honey.
baby. Anyway, nonetheless. sir.
Mm-mm.
Yes, indeed. So thank you for calling in, Sharon. I appreciate that. Thank you for being able
You're
to
welcome.
engage with me and Chef. Did you have any particular question that you might want to ask her or me myself, or are we good and we're gonna look to schedule you for I got some dates that are coming up. I'd love to be able to have you on the show.
Well, I didn't hear the answer to my question, my
Which
original question.
which was
Does it make me selfish
no, she
if
answered
my doing it
immediately.
is for? I didn't. I couldn't hear her though. I only hear you. I don't hear her. But I watched
Chef,
the
what did you
video.
say? Tell me what you said, Chef. She said does it make her selfish?
I said it doesn't make you selfish at all because well, I said what I said was it
I'm gonna
doesn't
take
make you
her word.
selfish. It doesn't make you selfish if you know that he enjoys it, like he loves it too. But if you're doing it all the time and he's not enjoying it, then I would say okay. But also, are you doing things that he enjoys? So it's like, no, it really can't. Not. It doesn't look selfish to me at all.
So what you can't hear, Mo, is that she said it doesn't look
Mm.
selfish to her if you're doing all of these things and he's enjoying it. If you're doing these things and
Oh,
he's not enjoying it, then hell yeah, that's the short answer.
oh
but
no,
the law,
I
but
don't think I
otherwise,
ever had that
but
happen.
if he's enjoying it, then that doesn't seem selfish to her at all. And I have to
Okay.
totally agree because
I don't think
if
you
he's
could do it good if you're not enjoying it yourself.
that is my thought
Mm,
as well, but
I think so too. I believe
I,
that.
yeah, I get it. So I
I'm
don't
a
feel
firm
selfish.
believer, and I'm gonna tell you now, I'm also a firm believer because I'm not an oral queen. Like you don't gotta do me. You can, and if you good, but the reason I say you don't gotta do me because I'm a firm believer, like extra hard. If you don't love it, don't put your lips on me. And I don't mean don't love
Mm-mm.
mine. I mean don't love doing it. Don't do me.
Exactly.
Cause
Exactly.
I love it. Look, this a whole ego thing that go into place. A whole series. Look, we got it all over here. It's a whole series of things that be going when I get ready to go. So if you can't meet me at least 51% of that, sir, just keep your mouth to yourself. Don't waste our
51.
time. Yeah,
Mm,
you got to be more than half of what you got to be at least more than half of on the same page. You can't just be
80.
half of the page. You got to be. I said you got to be at least 51%. If you fit, because I know I'm extreme. I'm a Gemini, so I be extra about everything. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't tripping. You don't got to be extra too, but you got to at least meet me halfway. If you can't do that, then sir, just goodbye.
Mm,
But
mm.
that's just me. I mean, however, and I will also say this: if you're not a fan of oral and your stroke game is whack, I'm not a fan of. Oh well, I'm gonna let you finish. You don't get to
No,
finish.
no,
No,
no.
no.
Okay, so
Mm-mm,
I
mm-mm.
y'all made me not feel. I know
Look,
some
I
people
done
no,
who
set
will
shoes at the
allow
front
people to
door.
finish. You finish. Oh,
no.
sir, no,
I think, and I
quick, be
think
like this.
women got that bad where we would be like,
Get that
you
back.
know what? It's over with. You not. If we done.
Mm-mm,
If you
mm-mm.
mess up something, it ain't no you getting
Look, I
yours.
done set shoes out the door.
It's
Be like, I know ain't nobody never told you you could fuck. Mm-mm.
Cause no, you don't get to finish. But I know I got some sister friends that let dudes finish. I'm like, you let him finish? You got to interrupt that.
No.
Let me tell you right now. And I know it's some fellas right now is gonna be so fucking mad at me. Let me tell you right now why you don't let him finish. This
That's
is
abuse.
let no listen to what I'm saying, sis. Let me tell you. This is why you don't let him finish if you are displeased. Because, and I promise you, and this is a man after man after man has given me this type of advice. This is their words, not mine. I'm not saying this is not Madam Trice thing or just Patrice thing or Patrice thing or Tree thing. It ain't me. Okay. Fellas at the fellas at the fellas at the guy that the man have said It don't matter whether you like it or not, cause he still fucked. You understand what I'm saying? So if he fucking is awful, it don't matter if he still nut, cause he done got his shit off and he done moved around, and you out here miserable and pissed off trying to badmouth this nigga. You can't badmouth him, cause why? Cause he still fucked. So you don't get to finish over here, sir. Goodbye. Get your ass up right now. Tell him that. Why you telling your boys that you hit? Tell him that I made you stop too, and you did that. Right. Tell him that. Motherfucker, tell him immediately why you back
here in your socks.
What you left out of here in your socks right here. You was unprepared to finish. So goodbye. Tell him that. So that's why you don't finish. That's why you don't let him finish. I know that was so like Madam Trice mean. Like people be like, you can't tell people. I'll tell you in a minute, girl. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. Don't let him finish, mama.
I don't see how can you let him? How can you? Like I don't see how, because once
you seen Waiting to Exhale. Don't do that. She was like, daddy.
Ain't no, it's 2021. We done faking it. We done faking it and playing.
Oh my God. Okay, Mo. We'll have to talk to you soon. Have you back on shortly. Yes, ma'am.
Adios.
Okay. So at least we're on the same page there, Chef. So I was gonna ask you. So have you, and I know married and all, no disrespect to your current relationship. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to say, no, thank you. Have a nice day?
With an ex or a random person, a stranger?
Definitely ex or random person. Yes, absolutely. Because apparently it sounds like the love you got going on right now is the love you got going on, baby. I just want to do a round of applause for y'all.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, let me do an official round of applause for all of that goodness. Hold on, let me find it. I can't even see. My eyes are so bad right now. We gonna go back here. There you go, right here. A round of applause. At this juncture, you got to give it where it is. You understand what I'm saying? I'm about giving folks their flowers. Hello.
Yes,
there you go. Oh my God. Listen, Imani Rain, sis, listen. She said, don't hurt his feelings like that. Listen, she said, don't hurt his feelings like that. Crushing egos. Look, sir, ma'am, listen, sis. You cannot get on me and finish and you garbage. That's unacceptable, because listen, man after man after man had told me. See, let's look at go on and Tasha, tell him. Make the face, sis. She like, man after man after man that already said, he already said, look, it don't even matter. I mean, it's nice that she do, and I it's cool if I like her. I care if she enjoyed herself. But it don't matter if I got my nut. I fucked. Sir, you selfish son of a bitch. Well, you don't get to finish over here. If I'm not enjoying myself, you got to go. You got to get up right now. Not right now. Right on the immediate. You see this right here? Y'all know what that is? Look at this. That's like, if you're not familiar with that technique, let me show you. However, I will have to say this, all jokes aside, I have been very lucky. Yes, that's just straight up the truth. I've had some really good experiences, and I'm thankful that the one or two times I had to say, "Fo, what are you doing? Have you ever listen?" Let me just laugh real fast, because I can be a little inappropriate sometimes, as also I've been slightly less feminine sometimes in a moment, but have ever said, and I quote, "Fuck, what you doing? You ain't ever called nobody folks while they was on top of you. You ain't never had.
Okay, I ain't did that one. I ain't had that one. I ain't did that one.
Folks,
Now I
what you
done did
doing?
some like, no, I'm good. Get up. No, I'm good. I'm good. I say no, I'm good. Just get up. Just stop. That used to be my favorite line back
No, I'm
before
good.
I met him. That used to be. I'm like, no, If it ain't it, no.
She said, "No, I'm good." I was
No,
like,
it
"Folks,
don't even. No,
what
and
you
I'm not even
doing?"
just talking about. I'm not even talking about sex. I'm talking about just in general of his approach. They say something that just throw you off and be like, "No, I'm good." And a lot of it don't even make it to the bedroom because it's like now you done said something that no.
Yeah, that's a whole statement that you don't even get to the bed. She's like, "Not folks." Yes, not folks. Folks,
No.
what you doing?
Look,
What
that's
you
a whole nother level right there. He really got to be fucking up. He got to be fucking up for me to say.
Folks, what are you doing?
That's some deep shit.
I
To
swear,
be like,
he started
folks,
looking
get
me in
up,
my
folks.
eyes. Listen, he looked me straight in my eyes and was like, "I'm doing my thing." I said, "What thing?" Because this is unacceptable. Ooh, that was not great. That was not one of my prime moments. Intact. It was not.
Folks, get
I,
up.
I,
You about to
folks,
have that in my head now.
folks, what is you doing? I've also like almost bounced up after an orgasm, like jumped to my feet and had to high five and slap a dude on the ass like I was in the middle of a basketball game. Like that shit was phenomenal. Like I felt like I had so much energy, I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, "Ooh, snap!" That was, whoo. Let's go. He was looking at me like, "What the fuck?" I was like, that probably was inappropriate.
Right.
Probably. So, speaking of inappropriate, have you ever done anything that you would consider inappropriate?
Yeah, I would say randomly grabbing his nipples. Just randomly in public anywhere, just randomly grabbing them. Yeah. I feel like that's inappropriate.
I'ma probably agree with you.
And
You
he
a
be
G.
so
I'ma give you
listen,
I know he was like,
he be pissed. He be pissed.
yeah, that's that. Yep. You win. You win. You win. That I've never done. That I've never done.
I hope your hand wasn't still sticky.
I know. It wasn't still sticky. My my butt was still a little wet, but I was on such a like my adrenaline had shot up. Like I felt like, you know, when you see them TV shows and then somebody gets stabbed with a EpiPen, or one of them that gets stabbed with a shot of adrenaline and it sent them off real fast. That's how I felt. I was like, "Woo! Hey, that was." I don't even know what just happened. My bad. My bad. Do you have a Steph, do you have like a I don't want to say contingency plan? Like do you sit and be like, because you seem like a planner. Like you try to make sure you got your T's crossed and your eyes dotted. Do you have my man ain't never gonna get bored of me playing, and I'm willing to do blah 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 whatever, Do you have one of those planned? And I'm gonna make sure that I be on deck for such and such whatever. Do you have like a contingency plan?
No,
You
no.
don't.
I just I believe that we do a lot of going with the flow. Like
Nice.
us in our relationship in general it just flow from the moment we met. Everything just flowed from having a kid to living together. Everything just flow, and so in the bedroom, it's just still it just flow. I don't have no, but I do though. I do, I do. As far as not have a plan, but shit, just day to day, whenever I just know I'm like I'm a do because it's if there's no limitations, it's like no. I'm gonna do what makes you happy and what you enjoy, which so far so good. I've been enjoying what he enjoy. He been enjoying what I enjoy, and shit is still a lot we ain't did or experienced yet. So it's just flowing. I just let it flow.
Do you have a specific set of I'm not doing that? I don't want to call them no zones, but do you have a specific set of some shit where you be like, yeah, I'm not doing that?
I would say fingering. I would say that's I even when I go to ladies' nights and hear different conversation, I hear women saying that. I be like, I don't like that. Don't put your fingers in me. Uh what you got to use your fingers for? You don't need your fingers down there.
I love that whole wrinkle in your brow right now. You like,
Cause it's just like no, why are your fingers down there? They shouldn't be there. Mm-mm. So that's a no zone for me.
yes,
No
she
fingers.
like, you she done said it about 3-4 times. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm,
No.
mm.
Cause that's one major thing that I always hear, like when I'm having different talks with women and ladies' nights, and I'm just hearing all these different perspectives and what be happening in the bedroom. I'm like, yeah, all of them. I'll be like, no fingers, and they be like, what? No, I'm okay.
I can see that. I can see that. Not even at no time, like not doing oral, not doing initial pleasure, not to sit and look at Mo like never. So I'm asking like, so not at all. You just like don't put your hands down here.
Mm-mm.
She's like,
No,
and look, you see, I want y'all to know how she said,
but
mm-mm,
that's that
mm-mm.
see that's the thing. It's like
That's a solid no though.
no, only during. See, that's another thing. When it's just like walking through the house and you walk up behind me and grab me and you want to massage it or something, that's different. But I'm talking about actually in intercourse or you giving me head or we fucking and you want to put your fingers down there and finger me. No. Mm-mm.
See, now you might have me on one because like I get that. Like I get like 130% because I if you do it, I'm not gonna fight you about it. But I would why do you please don't put your fingers in me while you're giving me oral? Cause for what? So I understand
Right.
that's me because I don't I just don't associate that with a pleasure thing. Like it's a whole you I don't know, it's something about I don't know. I just ain't never found nobody that did it and I was like, oh, do it again. That ain't
Right.
it. I mean, if you do it, I'm not gonna like be like, get your hands out of there. Not like that. But I'd be like,
Nah, I
you
ain't
don't got
feeling
to.
it.
You don't you don't got to. In advance, baby, listen. You want to get them together, get me together? Okay, sure, touch it all you like. Then and then use the other stuff. Well, let me see. Kadada said, Imani Rain says, but it does depend on how a man keeps his hands though. Listen,
Well, see, for
let me
me,
tell you.
that doesn't matter. I don't like it either way.
Mm-mm. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay, are you? Since you're talking about how you keep your hands, I see you, Kadana. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Um, what about the length of a man's nails? Like, are you attentive to that for whatever reason? Like, do you care how long his nails are?
Yes.
Like, is there a don't your nails shouldn't be this long? Like, what it?
Yeah, they need to be filed and cut down. It shouldn't even be a nail there to hurt hold any dirt. No.
Okay, listen. I ain't tripping because I don't think man. I'm not that you should have a a bedless a nailless bed. Don't get me wrong. You should not have a nailless bed. However, that little hangover part where you got the little where you could almost scratch me, little bitch. You ain't got to scratch me. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm just simply saying, please don't do that, because like the possibility of like the damage you could cause with your nails when you touch me. You get what I'm saying? What if you scratch my clit? What if you scratch my uterus? It's very soft tissue, sir. Please don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Monty Rain said, I'm checking. Let me see your nails. I need to see your hands too. TRS says, I hate it too. Digging too hard, nails, COVID. Men don't wash their hands like women. I know some guys that wash their hands quite frequently, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that you should wash parts of you before you touch me anyway, so that you should like fresh and so clean. Are you a anytime, day or night, right fresh out the club type sexer?
No. Me
Did you hear
no.
me? You're not.
No. Mm-mm. I'm more. I guess it wouldn't even be right after because I have to get in the shower and then by that time depends because it's like how drunk am I? Because I do have that drunk where it's like yeah I do want to come straight home, give straight to it. I have the ones where I might want to be and do it where I'm at right then and there. Like come meet me. We need to meet. like, but coming home, it's like if I'm that drunk, it's like I get in the shower, be ready to be on it, and then it's like I'm going to sleep. I fall asleep. I say I'm ready, get in that shower, then it's a wrap.
So do you not? So no in shower sex.
Oh yes,
Okay,
yes,
so
yes. I actually prefer that a lot of the time, but also the thing is, we do a lot of showers together in general, just to keep the intimacy and foreplay. Like we do a lot of just not even sex, just being in the shower with each other. I wash your back, you wash mine. So
some Teddy Pendergrass. I watch your body. You are mine, yeah. Ain't that what he said?
right.
Nice. So, like, what are some things that you guys do that you would be willing to share or encourage other couples to do to keep connected and stay fresh with one another?
Um. Well, the shower is one. Just taking showers together. Even if you can't do it every night, at least try to do it once a week if you can. Um, that's one thing. Uh, date each other. You uh, you got to date each other. So going out, doing what y'all both love, or you do this thing one night that they want to do. You do something y'all take turns and do what each other want to do as far as date night and the shower and uh, gifts, or just doing simple things, knowing your partner's love language. That's a big thing. Um, in my relationship, I can't say we've developed that. It wasn't there at first where we knew each other love language. So I must say knowing your partner's love language is a huge part of keeping it fresh, keeping it intimate, and loving and just renewed and fresh. So yeah, knowing, like I said, knowing your partner's love language is a big thing. That's major to me. So if you don't know, figure it out. Listen, get to know your partner to where you know they love language, what they enjoy, things they take interest in and love, and what's them get them feeling good on the inside.
What would you suggest people do less of in situations, in romantic relationships? Like, don't do this or do less of this, because nobody is perfect. We know that. But
Right.
what would you suggest us that we do less of?
I would say I feel like a big thing that that I done seen and heard so many couples do is they put their expectations on their partner, what they want and what they want to do, and they feel and what they partner should look like, what they partner should have. They put those expectations on their partner, and I feel like it's a recipe for disappointment and disaster because these expectations is on this person and they don't feel that same way, and you're going to get let down and you're going to feel hurt. So I feel like letting go of those limitations and expectations of your partner to do what you want them to do, when you want them to do it, and how you want them to do it, and knowing that they're their own person and you are your own person, and it's two people coming together, joining lives, but you still have your own life and they still have theirs, but y'all coming together and sharing experiences. And people need to remember that y'all are two separate people coming together.
Do you like that's like some of the most soundest shit that we've heard. Like seriously, like I love that because I think that people forget the power of individuality in
Hmm.
relationship, as well as understanding, finding the common ground and togetherness. That's just dope.
Right.
Like, thank you for even saying that and making that a point to acknowledge, because a lot of people miss that, like
Hmm.
genuine miss that. What is the what I would say the one thing, but I'll ask for a couple. What do you love most about being in your relationship?
um oh, it's so many things, so many things. um One thing I do love is how protective he is. So for one, he's already tall and strong, and then he's protective all the way around. He's protective of my mind. Like when I used to watch garbage or let garbage into my mind and into my space, he'd be like, "Why you watching that? Don't watch that. You shouldn't be watching that. That's so negative. That's so degraded." All these different things, and it's like he's protective in so many ways, not just physically, like I said, mentally, emotionally. So that's one thing I love is how protective he is. Um, Another thing I love is um, the us working together. When he helps me within my business, it's like it's like this huge weight has lifted off my shoulder. He is a huge help. Um, with a lot of things that's done in the background nobody know about, he's helping with and doing, and it's like he takes so much off my shoulder. I love that. um I love how great of a father he is. It's like it done been times I done sat and cried and I was like, wow. And I never had a dad. So it's like this man is amazing and a great father, how he is with his son. I love that. Um Listen, the list can go on and on, Patrice, because this man is just
Like
everything.
what it is like I love that. I want you to be loving on him like that, orally, like outwardly, because a lot of people missed an opportunity for us to be able to love on our significant others. And not that you don't get a chance to do that, but I think it's important that our guests, our listeners, our viewers, you know what I'm saying, see us. It's like you should see the glow on your face. You know what I'm saying? I didn't stop because I wanted you to take a minute to like bask in that so people could see like that's a genuine, you know what I'm saying? Like she is loving
Yes.
on him genuinely. You know what I'm saying? And the
Yes.
beauty in like a lot of people miss that. And I want people to be able to understand like like that kind of love is a thing. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's a thing. Like when you start talking about hashtag goals, that's it. You know what I'm saying? To be able to honor him and to be able to see him and be like, y'all like
That's
dude, like for real.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know, that's hot. And so thank you for sharing that. Like a lot of people, try to hide that because out here in the 2021 now. But you get what I'm saying? People aren't always respectful of relationships and things like that or whatever. I think that a lot of that is because people don't know that that type of love exists. So they assume it's generic. And it's okay that and then in their own minds they justify demeaning or defaming or taking advantage of or even what's the word I'm looking for? Um so I can't think of the word off the top of my head, whatever. But making ugly a perverting, that's the word I'm looking, perverting a beautiful thing. And so perverting it because it don't mean anything. I think when you show people that it means something, when you show people that you know what I'm saying? This is something to be honored and to be respected. Then I think that it gives them a better opportunity to be able to engage it in that capacity. So I thank you for sharing that. Monty said hashtag Black Love wins. Absolutely. Absolutely, Black love wins, and just you know what I mean, and not to take away from the idea of race, but people say love wins. Love does win, but for me, is that much more magical when I can see that type of glow on a sister. Is that much more magical when I can hear about a brother loving on his woman or being loved by his woman in the capacity that you are describing your love. And I man, come on, quit playing. Them shits is fire. Now people talking about hashtag goals, hashtag get y'all ass. But straight up. So if you could talk to like the younger you and tell the younger you um something worth advising her of, what would you say? What would you say? Like you got an opportunity to say, hey little girl, come here, let me holler at you right quick.
um, I would say the hurt that one man give you, don't transfer it to another man. So heal before you get into another relationship, so you won't hurt somebody else because you were hurt. I would tell my younger self that. Now that's the younger um adult younger.
I understand. I
The
understand.
kid,
So,
listen, the kid me, the kid, the younger me, younger than that, I would say, um, listen more.
hmm. When you
So
say
it's listen
listen,
more.
like, yep, come on.
So it's listen more, and it's the don't transfer hurt from you being hurt in a previous relationship and taking those trust issues and insecurities into a new one. So the listening is even listening to my elders, just listening to the wisdom that they had, and now that I know that it was wisdom, just tell my younger self, just listen, just sit down for a second and listen. It won't hurt.
It won't look at it won't hurt. Just
Mhm.
here's some of this good. It won't hurt. So, and I'm gonna just reference this because I know if somebody is seeing you and they followed you on social media at all or whatever the case may be, then they noticed that this morning, and I have to talk about this, even if it's just for a moment. And I know there are some people who aren't going to be able to see it because they not on, they not following or whatever the case may be, either me or you, and they may be listening on blowradio.com. They may be watching on YouTube and saying, what they talking about? But catch this. This morning, Chef Tasha was obedient to like this universe directed to take her butt to the lake, okay? And she ended up providing an opportunity not just for herself, but for several other people watching this live Facebook broadcast that she decided to do. Um, how much influence does your spirituality have on your successes, Chef?
I would say, um, I would say a lot because um, within me becoming more aware and more in tune with myself. That's what I call it as far as spirituality is me being more aware and in tune with my higher self. Is that I when I meditate and when I uh, just quiet my mind and relax, I notice that life works out better for me. When I'm
Okay.
thinking happy, positive thoughts and what I want in life and what who I am and just great things, like it flows that way. It's like good things keep attracting. And so with all of that is it goes with the law of attraction and just um everything just summed up is that the meditating it leads to me being clear minded, and me being clear minded the creativity comes in, and then that comes into my business to where I get creative, and then the sales come. So it all works together because once I meditate and have a clear mind and be at peace and in alignment with myself, I bring out all things great. It's nothing I can't do. I do everything well. I feel good. I am good. It just be a whole mood, and it's like this is how I want to live life. I want to live life fearless. I want to live life on the edge. I want to wake up and do what it is I love to do. Just wake up and do it.
And what is it that you love to do, Chef?
Cook. And that is cook, cook, cook. Feed people, and cook.
Mm. So, what's on the menu for tomorrow?
Tomorrow, what is tomorrow? Thursday. Nothing's on the menu for
Yes, it's
tomorrow.
Thursday.
Yeah. Um, I don't have anything on the menu this week. Besides meal prep for Monday. I do meal preps on
Okay.
Monday. Um, which the deal I have a meal prep deal going on right now. Um,
Okay.
you can check out me on Facebook at Tasteful Passion or Tasha James on Facebook. Chef
Hmm.
Tasha TP on Instagram for more details about the meal prep coming up. But I don't have nothing on the menu for tomorrow. I'm really booked with personal chef events.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So if somebody was interested in getting some of the tasteful passions, how do we get a hold of that? Wait, before you say that, I have to tell you this because I don't think I had a chance to follow up with you. In September, Chef Tasha catered my mom's surprise birthday party. Them motherfucking meatballs. Let me just okay. Let me just gather myself real quick so I can just keep it 100 with y'all. If you know anything about me and my brand, that's not associated with headboard conversations. Y'all know I eat and I do that good eats or not. All I'm saying is I would like to my mom and I almost argued because she was like, "Oh, well, you're gonna have something for me, then I should be able to eat what I want." And I'm like, "Mom, you ordering repast food, fam. Have you seen her menu? You want you want repast food?" See, I was so just like, you have the opportunity to have this, and this. If you want meatballs and
She
string beans
wanted,
and
she
corn,
wanted what she wanted.
I was so hurt. I was hurt, but hey, we was gonna get what she wanted. That's what we did. But let me tell you about this meatball. It was so okay. Listen, I ain't gonna even lie. I didn't assume that because her name is Chef Tasha. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? Of Tasteful Passions. I didn't assume in my heart, I didn't want to believe that she was gonna serve me a bagged meatball. You know, the frozen little meatballs that you primp up, whatever the case may be. I didn't want to believe that in my heart. Okay. But my experience has put me in a position that I was like, Lord, we're gonna have meatballs and string beans. Notice I said string beans. So sad. But but how and I'm gonna say this wholeheartedly, how in motherfucking ever Chef Tasha showed up with these meatballs. I'm like,
Listen.
fam, did you roll these? Do you have any more? What to save them? Who trying to take a plate? I wasn't trying to stop them because I wanted them to enjoy it, but they were so good. So
Listen.
good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was like, this more than one kind of meat in this meatball. She should have made this ain't no this ain't
Said, is
just
it
beef.
more than one kind of meat?
What this gourmet this gourmet as shit. And I don't know what you think into
Listen.
that
Listen.
but I felt like it was worthy of ordering the meatballs. It was not repass worthy. This somebody auntie's inauguration. Meatball was delicious. It was so good. I swear I couldn't believe that it was that good. And what's her name? Katina will tell you. I was like, I looked at her like all this aside, y'all can see my face. And for those you can't see my face, you can hear it in my voice. I looked at Katina and said, "Nigga, did you taste the meatball?" And I don't think I ever
Yes,
got
you
a
is
chance to
something
express
else.
that. It's the truth. Like, I'm listen. I'm not. I don't play when it come to food. If y'all can't tell, I'm plus size. I don't play at all when it come to food, and food is a serious situation. Okay, let's just be
It's
clear.
very serious.
It's very serious, especially the things I feel that way about everything I put in my mouth. Which is why we have headboard conversations straight up.
Hello.
So, so all I'm saying is, so I'm I'm gonna need to order some meat. Damn, they were delicious. All jokes aside, they were absolutely delicious. Like
Listen, I got
take
you. Just let me
that,
know.
if you take that much care for a meatball, like, and people understand, like people like even people who do large catering meals, these motherfuckers go and they go to what's that Restaurant Depot, and they Chef Tasha made the meatballs, and y'all know if you cook, you know how tedious rolling, putting them grounding the meat up together. I swear she can say that it was just ground beef. It wasn't. That's
Listen,
my story.
that was like work. That was like work. That was like
She,
work.
she grabbed that meat, she put that stuff together, she put her hands on that, and then she rolled them meatballs. I was like, who made this? That shit, Tasha made the meatballs. That actually D Rock was like, you got to say chef. I was like, I did say chef. I did me and D.
Right.
I'm like, I did say chef immediately when she get, hey,
Look, he
cause
like
thank
put
you
some
for coming,
respect on
chef.
my name. Put some
Put
respect
the
on my
respect
name.
on her name, baby. You rolled the meatball like that. You the chef. You know what I'm saying, chef?
Thank
Yes,
you.
chef. Yes, chef. So I know we talked about. You said you depend on the mood that you're in. Like, what when you make your menus or when you decide, you know what, I'm going to bless the world with all this goodness. You know what I'm saying, and make it available. When I'm not doing a catering deal or something of that capacity. How do you say? How do you choose? Is it you like you follow your taste buds, you follow your energy, your heart? Like, how do you say this will make it a day and this will be doing?
It like I said before, it starts with meditation. Once I quiet my mind, things just flow for me, Trace. It just flows. Like literally I just get an impulse about it and I feel it. Like when I was in the shower this morning and I got an impulse about going to the lakefront. Like I literally get impulses about things, and my menu is one thing. Even when I give away free food all the time, like that be me feeling it, and it just flow. It feels right. It feels good, and so it just flows that way. The menus just come about. Sometimes it's repeated customers asking for certain dishes, and I'm like, okay, they keep asking for it. Let me give it to them, but other than that, it just comes as an idea, and I'll be like, oh, I act on it, do the menu, get it together.
What is something that you will not cook? I'm not making that.
Chitlins. No. No pork no pork at all though. No pork. But
Like,
one
not
thing
a
for
pork
sure.
roast, fam? Not a
No.
pork roast? Not a chop? Not a center cut stuffed chop?
No.
I bet you put your whole life into a motherfucking center cut, the all white meat with the little fat one too with the stuff. Woo!
Mm-mm.
You ain't doing it. Why won't you make any pork items?
To be honest, the smell gets to me now. It makes me a bit
Okay.
nauseous, so I just kind
Okay.
of stay away from it.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Gary. How you doing, Gary? Gary makes like to announce that he eats ass. So he just there's, hey, Gary, how you doing, sir? You do so much every time. Yes, and then you shared it. Thank you very much. He asked, Tam wants to know what is your sign, chef?
10. I am a Scorpio. Scorpio. What Tyrese
Ooh,
say? What
wee.
Tyrese say?
Would you say,
What
Mama?
about those Scorpios?
Ooh, like, okay. Like, okay. Yeah, that's what it is. I know. I love Scorpio. Absolutely love Scorpio. I don't know what it is about Scorpios. I have some great relationships with Scorpios. Gary, he is not Muslim. You be doing so much, Gary. Gary lives in
He said
Texas,
she Muslim.
and Gary, one of one of our great listeners and an avid follower, avid contributor. We thank you, Gary, for being so diligently connected to the show. We appreciate you, Gary. You be doing so much, Gary. But yes. I love like so we have listeners online right now from Texas. Y'all do some checking real quick so I can make sure I know where y'all at. So some of y'all is in Texas. I see Florida in the building. Of course, Milwaukee is in the building. Just scrolling through. I saw another Florida, Georgia was in the building. Y'all chime in real quick and let us know where y'all from. Chef, do you travel?
Yes. And I just said I'm gonna be traveling more in 2021 for my business. So a lot of personal traveling and business traveling.
Okay, so I saw that you were requesting. Was that you that was requesting somebody to go and was it in March or something like that with you, or February to sample some foods or whatever? I was like, "Well, if I wasn't about to be in school, well, and she said you can't be a picky eater. As long as it ain't nothing I'm allergic to, I'm eating them shits straight up." I was like, "Ooh, she let me about to be in school because I will be some eating asses. Do you hear me? Do you hear
Yes.
me?" Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Yes, yes, and all of the foods, all of them. That's okay. Soon as I get this license out the way, we gonna be on deck. Look at that. I got let me see. Houston is in the building. Gary said he in Texas. He always want somebody to come see him. Gary, stop that. Charlene, how you doing, mama? How you doing? Gary, we not coming to Texas. I know how you feel though when you cooking. I love cooking, especially for so is it like Tan said, is it the fact that you're cooking for other people, or do you just love cooking and like you'll eat them shits too?
I feel like it's the feeling of just cooking in general. I can cook and it could just go it can I can feed people, it can wait till tomorrow and be left over. I could just create. I just create. So the feeling of just being in there cooking is wonderful, but also feeding my people and getting their reviews on it is amazing, and it keeps me motivated and inspired. So a little bit of both.
Mo said travel agent right here.
Okay,
And
Mo.
look at that. Gary said 10. I'm in H Town. I'm on Gary, she tell you every week that she in Houston. Gary, I'm beginning to think that you be drinking when you be on the show. Or you be intoxicated, which is fine as long as you remain respectful to one another. I'll be all right with that. Whatever your what's what I'm looking for, your feel good is, enjoy yourself. Just be respectful and don't harm yourself. Cause Gary be doing it a lot. A lot. A lot. So Tasha, if you could
Listen, get it
serve
in, Gary.
anybody, Gary gets it in. Trust me. If you could serve anybody, who would it be?
Serve. I never really
Serve,
thought
yes.
about that.
Serve as in feed, prepare food for.
I would have to
Who would
say,
you who
I
who
would
would eat
have to
your
say,
goodness?
I would have to say Jay-Z, David Banner, or Erica Badu.
Fam, you know, 2 of them be here before the COVID all the time.
No, I didn't know.
Like pre-COVID, all jokes aside, 2 of them, and I'm not gonna put their life. We'll talk about it off air. Are here frequently. Frequently, that's like doable. I like all jokes aside, totally doable. I love when people say something and they have an opportunity and you like it's like it's this close. You know, some stuff you can be like this and be trying to like, nope, it's right here. I promise, 2 of them here frequently. Pre-COVID now, so the travel restrictions are a little different. However, I believe this year coming, there's supposed to be a summit that's happening, and one of them is supposed to. We're gonna talk off air. Like all those, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not kidding. 2 of them are here frequently.
Okay.
Like I'm so sincere.
No,
Like legitimately.
Listen, we're gonna have to talk more.
I know. Yeah. Say less. Say less. I'm like, of those people, I'm like, oh, they be here all the time. All the time. Look at Gary. You better get Jay-Z out your mind. Beyonce not playing. She don't want him. She want to feed him.
Right.
Gary, relax. She got her own man. She don't want Jay-Z, fam. She want to feed him. It's okay. I told you Gary be doing so much. It's okay, Gary. And we still love you. Every bit of you. Straight up. Okay. Who if you were in a position and you had to, and I know it's gonna sound so crazy. If you had to, or when in the position where the opportunity present itself to deny somebody your food, like you ain't never tasted none of this. Is there anybody, and if it is, who would it be?
Trice, stop playing. Why you gonna have these Trump supporters on here playing?
They can't eat. Is that what you said? They can't eat.
No. Can't nobody in the White House eat. Nobody. Yeah, I said it. Nobody.
Said, nobody. What about the staff?
No, nobody.
She said, "Can't nobody in the White House eat. Nobody. You were there for the last 4 years. Yo, ass." That's so funny to me.
I knew where you was headed with that question.
Honestly, I'm gonna straight up tell you. I promise. I thought I didn't think. I didn't think you was gonna say to his people. I appreciate it. He was like, they can't eat. None of them, so they gonna be.
Now they about to come to my Facebook page talking shit in the comments.
They shit. Not. They sad right now. They call. They used to call in on the page, and I used to be like, I used to be like, quit playing games, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, Trump ate the whole kitchen staff. What? See this is why we love Gary.
Gary,
I don't know. I don't. She said, "Ain't nobody in the White House eating. Nobody. She said, "No, nobody. Staff, nobody."
Oh my!
That was so good in my heart. That was so good. Like I needed that. That was but I really did not think that you were going to say him. I thought you would completely avoid engaging him at all. But you was like, fuck that. Him and anybody. How long you been working here?
Anybody.
Anybody. Oh my God, that's so funny. Do you believe in music and sex?
I used to. Not even necessarily believe. I used to be more into wanting music during sex, but now I be more into you during sex. We into each other during sex. So music doesn't always play a factor where it's like, oh, it gotta be happening. A lot of times
So
you
music
enjoy
was
the
another
a lot of
right.
huh?
Okay. Okay, chef. Yeah. I said, so was music like a distraction during the experience?
Yeah, I would say it wasn't even a distraction. It was just something that I wanted to do and I would turn it on beforehand. But I just noticed that these last few years I haven't really cared about it being on. I never went to go be like, oh, let me play some music. Not as often as I used to. It probably happens every once in a while, but not as often. So it's not a big deal. But I do enjoy rain and thunder sound though.
Mm,
They're relaxing.
really?
Hmm.
I'm really trying to get my life together with that because I'm absolutely terrified if we want to share all of our secrets. Terrified. Gary says, "Chef, how many tats do you have and where?" We gotta. We gonna give Gary his get right, chef.
Um, mm, I gotta remember.
She counting them, Gary. She counting them. Mm-hmm. No, she counting. Look at her. She like 1, 2, 5, 12, and then this one. I'm gonna give her a minute to while she's sorting out where her tats are and how many she has. I'm not sure why her screen froze. Hopefully it'll come back and give her an opportunity to reconnect with us. Let me make sure that I'm still broadcasting. I am still broadcasting. Again, this as we get ready to wrap up the show, you are listening to blowradio.com headboard conversations. I am your host, Madam Trice, and my guest for this evening has been Chef Tasha. We have some great conversation. I'm not really sure if I lost her, what happened, but we'll give her a minute before I log out. And I want to take a quick moment to thank you guys for being so amazing, being so consistent in your support, being so awesome with the exchange of energy that you guys bring to the table every time, not just this Wednesday, but every Wednesday. I have an amazing first quarter, which would be season number 3, lined up for you. If you are interested in being a guest on Headboard Conversations, please send me an email to headboardconversations@gmail.com. And you are welcome to um, engage me in that capacity and say, hey, I want to be a guest. And then we'll talk about why and how. And if we think you make a good guest, we'll get you scheduled and get you set up to join the show because that is a great opportunity. If you are looking to do some advertising on the show or on blowradio.com, you can send me an email and make sure you put in the message or the notes that says advertising so I know exactly what it is that you are sending me an email about. If you want to send directly on social media, well, you're welcome to inbox me and do that as well. Please remain professional and don't engage me in a capacity that I may find offensive. If that is your intent, please know that I will block you because respect is the case and the plan. As we get ready to wrap up the show, I do see Chef has been tapped right back in. So let me see if I can get her back to the stream. You there, Chef?
Yes,
Hey, there
yes. I
you
don't know
go.
what
There you
happened
go.
there.
Not sure. So, as we get ready to wrap up the show, we got about 4 minutes left, whatever. But I want to take a quick moment to allow you an opportunity to remind our guests, remind our listeners where they can see your show. I mean, not see your show, but follow you, book you, find out more about what it is that you do. Where can they find you?
Okay, I'm a personal chef and a caterer. A lot of my information where you guys can reach me for booking is on Facebook and Instagram. At Tasteful Passion. You also can reach me at 414-722-1255. But on all social media at Tasteful Passion.
414. Say it again. 722.
Yep, 722-1255. And that's 414-722-1255.
Second. I want
I
to make
have a
sure I put
lot,
that
a
there.
lot, a lot of great things coming up in 2021. So you guys would definitely want
Guys,
to follow me and stay tuned. Yes.
Did you enjoy yourself tonight, ma'am?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Thank you for having me. This was a wonderful experience. I'm so glad I came on here and had this wonderful headboard conversation with you tonight.
And a lot of people they listen and they think, oh, she gonna put me out there bad, or she gonna say, and the whole point is us to be able to have conversation about intimacy and
Mm-hmm.
to get people comfortable idea of being able to not necessarily just talk to their sister friends or their guy friends or just random people, but their significant other. And if you see people having this conversation and it's not so weird, you know what I'm saying? It's not so, you know what I'm saying, unnerving. And I thank you, Chef, for taking time out of your long ass day. And I'm gonna call it a long ass day 'cause you've been up a long ass time. Unless you took a nap to stay up and talk with us tonight. I am I am thankful for that. I think sooner than later, we'll have to do a live tasting of some of your amazing goodness. So I think that people can actually get a feel of that, and I gotta get a hold of that salmon slider that you be having. My God. I always see it and I always miss it. But I'm just thankful for you and your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your support for what it is that we're doing. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Chef Tasha and Tasteful Passions on Instagram, Facebook, and all those other things. She's still counting her tats. Charlene, don't try to do that real quick. And make sure that you are showing love and support. Maybe she'll respond and we'll put it in the inbox. Not the inbox, but on the comments there. I want to thank you for logging on to blowradio.com. Thank you for staying connected to Headboard Conversations. I am your host, Madam Trice. And as we get ready to resolve for the evening, I want to remind you before you get in the bed, you got to take your pants off. And until next week, Wednesday, I'll holler.
The headboard, headboard, the headboard. Live body down. It's about to go down. We'll be banging it all night. Banging it, headboard. Yeah, I'll touch you right there, baby. Let's talk about it. We'll be bringing that headboard out. Let's talk about it. Tell me what it is. I wanna hear about it. Yeah, can't wait to hear.
Good, absolute night to you all. Good night, guys.